Hi, everybody. Ask anyone what they think about doing expense reports, and you'll probably hear something like this. Of all the things we do as business people, expense reports are the most hated. That probably has something to do with the fact that more than 70% of us still use spreadsheets to get them done. Regardless of what tool you use, expense reports have one major flaw. You still have to do them. That ends today. I'm Ed, CEO of ExpenseBot. Here's how we're making doing your expense reports a thing of the past. We've built a fully featured and easy-to-use expense management tool that we've launched to more than a dozen paying clients. But that's not the exciting part. What's exciting is the idea of never doing an expense report again. Introducing our secret weapon, Spence, an artificial intelligence that does your expense reports for you. Spence is always... Sure.
Does it work for smaller companies? And
turn it up.
I'm Brian, and I am a recovering VC. Investor to investor, I'm going to tell you about a new opportunity. This investment is being piled into by the biggest institutional and corporate investors, like Goldman Sachs, who's committed $40 billion to this market and says it's at a transformational moment in time. Or Warren Buffett of Berkshire Hathaway, who's already invested $15 billion and says they're going to keep investing as far as the eye can see. Even big corporations are getting involved, with Google having invested $1.5 billion. So what is this investment these companies are pouring billions into? The answer is solar. Now, I'm not talking about funding R&D. I'm talking about owning the facilities that generate electricity. Electricity that's cheaper than what utilities can provide today. This is the utility of the 21st century. Clean, cheap power generated right on its customers' rooftops. This is what we're building at Wonder. And we're starting on the most stable real estate in the world, top-tier commercial. So how are we building this solar utility? We find potential projects from around the country, run them through a detailed diligence, raise capital into funds to finance them, build the projects themselves, and finally build the commercial customers each month for energy consumed on behalf of our investors. Local businesses save money on their power every month, and we are all together building power sources that our grandkids will thank us for. If you want to join us in building the utility of the 21st century, come talk to me. I'm Brian, and that's Wonder.
Good evening. My name is Ethan Martin, CEO of Wellhire. Thank you so much for having us here tonight. With my previous company, one of the hardest and most critical challenges I've had is hiring great people. It's also a challenge we've heard from all the companies we talk to, and one that we are committed to solving. How do you hire great candidates and put them through your process when it looks like this? Full of text and fields, not mobile or millennial friendly. It looks like an e-commerce site from 2001. Or this. This is no way to bring a job to life. 99% of the candidates are dropping out of the process because they're expecting something like this. An intelligent, beautiful, mobile-friendly application like Wellhire. Wellhire provides enterprise and high-growth companies with an easy-to-use mobile application that matches candidates based on skills and compatibility with that role. In person, the benefits of Wellhire for enterprise companies. Join us to change the way people are hired. Thank you.
Actually, everyone really does call us Bubba. This was me as a piggy. And I was a fat baby and the name just stuck. So at my last startup, we made over 5 million cold calls for software tech companies. And you know what? Getting hung up on sucks. Yeah, companies are spending $23 billion on cold sales efforts with a pathetic 2% success rate. Now that is a lot of sucking. Now because of this salespeople are searching for the elusive warm intro that has a killer 24% conversion rate. Now that makes for a much happier everyone. Now this is why I started QuotaDeck, the first B2B marketplace for warm introductions. A company comes to QuotaDeck and submits a budget for what they would pay for an intro. They can enter their target prospect criteria either by name, by company, title, or even industry. Our algorithm will search all of our contacts, address books on LinkedIn and Facebook and email contacts, and be able to produce a list of sales targets. We then find the right person within our network that is willing to make an intro. Now the key here is willing to make an intro. We use a double opt-in status to ensure that none of our network's contacts are ever being spammed. Now with QuotaDeck's help, the warm introduction is made. Voila. Now we utilize a rating system to ensure.
Formerly known as Varsity. They won the CU New Venture Challenge here a couple months ago, for anyone who's there for that.
Next is Devin from Meetup. I am a millennial. There are 80 million of us in the United States, and we're starting to realize that we are not what we post on the internet. We're not perfect status updates, airbrushed and filtered pictures, or endlessly scrolling through our friends' Facebook feed. In fact, Facebook lost 60% of their college market in the past 4 years because we're learning something that you already know. Life is lived by making yourself, not by marketing yourself. And making yourself doesn't happen on social media. You're made of the real world experiences with the real people around you. Our most memorable experiences are had in the real world, not in the virtual world. The legendary concerts, not the YouTube videos that we post. The last-minute road trips, not checking in when we get there. The midnight adventures, not the Instagram pictures that we post. But today, these moments happen completely randomly. We rely on word of mouth, tattered posters we happen to pass by, or might completely miss opportunities simply because we didn't know that they existed. Sometimes, this results in serendipity, but sometimes it doesn't. What if we could drastically switch the odds in our favor? What if you could always be in the right place at the right time? My name's Devin, and I'm the CEO at Native. And at Native, we're building a serendipity engine for college students. See, we generate daily recommendations of things to do and places to go for college students that are individually tailored to their interests. From the second that you log into Native, we start to get to know you. You authenticate